Market update here on the 19th. Probably try to do this pretty quickly because I want to look at my portfolio before the end of the day. But I think it's pretty obvious here that this is going to be, I mean, it's not obvious, but I think it's probably going to be a 5-wave move here. So I said 420 originally. We hit 421 today. And once we got past this parallel line, we got up to here. Around 417, 418, I started buying calls because it was pretty obvious it was going to go to the 1.61 fib at this point. So we hit the 1.61 fib basically exactly on the log chart, I guess wherever you draw it up. So I drew it up right there. We hit it exactly, a little bit higher. So I'm starting to buy some short-term calls or puts for next week because I made a bunch on the calls today. So I'm looking for a fourth wave here. I'm not necessarily looking for a move down yet. And I think that's where everyone's going to get confused. They're going to think we're moving down now. I think that we're probably going to like 430 now. I haven't looked at the dark pool, but if we go to 430, that means we'll probably correct, assuming this is the top, we'll probably correct down here to like 417 over the next couple of days. Or maybe just on like Monday, Tuesday. And then I'm looking for a fifth wave up to 433 would be my target for a fifth wave. So, and then zooming out here on this crazy market. So I originally thought the third wave ended right here. You can't really tell on this move, in my opinion. And so this is probably the end of the third wave. So this was actually the fourth wave of the third wave is all I can see. And I think that now we're looking at it like this. This is a third wave, and we're going to see a fourth wave after we hit 433 or 430 or whatever. So basically pull back to 417, up to 430 to 435, and then we should correct probably down here to like 380, 390, something like that. Let's just see here. Yeah, I'm looking for like 380 on a correction. So that's probably going to be where they shake everybody out. And that will probably take a month or two from like early February to like mid-February all the way down here to March, April. And then after that, I'm looking for the melt up of all melt ups. That's the one that the David Hunter's been talking about, I think. We're not there yet. I think that this is going to be a massive, massive melt up. So I think they're going to shake everybody out one more time, and then we're going to get a massive melt up, probably going to at least like 500. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. We're not even close to what we're going to be doing. I think that this is going to be a massive melt up because the dollar will be falling at the same time. If you followed my dollar analysis, I have the dollar going to the low 90s. So basically zooming in here one more time, and I'll show you how this matches up with Tesla. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that should be the third wave right there. And then we come down here to like 378. So then we'll get something like that, I think, into like March, April, and then we'll melt up after that. Maybe all the way into the election. Who knows how long it will take. So that is my thoughts right now. Let's go over Tesla. Tesla might have bottomed, or maybe it didn't bottom. I don't know anymore in this stock. It just keeps on going down and up. And I mean, 5 waves probably ended right here. You can see, or right here. I have it labeled as AB. We didn't hit the monthly demand yet. So if this does correct on Monday, then maybe Tesla will come down here still to 204, 205. But I think that when we get that move to 433, Tesla's going to be bouncing pretty hard then. I think that That could be after Tesla earnings. So maybe Tesla has like decent earnings, and we get maybe on Monday we're down here again, and then on after earnings we have a nice move up to like 225 to 235, somewhere in this range, and then we sell off with the market when it does a fourth wave down here. And then when we get that massive melt up, we move much, much higher. So short term, you're probably looking at chopped a little bit down on Monday and maybe even Tuesday. Maybe Monday down, Tuesday run into earnings. I think earnings are probably after the market though. And then earnings should be a bullish reaction, in my opinion. We should be getting a bullish reaction after all this sell off. I don't know how high it's going to go. It could go to 240, could go to, who knows. But right now, I'm just looking for something with these gap fills. You got supply zone here, supply zone, supply zone. There's so many gaps up here. I don't know how high it's going to go. But afterwards, I'm looking for it to fall off a cliff again. So that is how Tesla lines up the overall market. So 433, we bounce, sell off for a fourth wave, we're down to here, and then we meld up the market. Coin, same thing as Tesla. I'm looking for this to melt up over the next couple of weeks to 140 to 150. This is kind of my sell zone right here. I think that this is going to end up being an ABC move, like basically like this. And I think I think that the 5-wave move we've been talking about is wrong. I think that this is WXY, so WX, we're currently in A, B, and then we're going to get a C wave up here to like 260, like that. So look for a melt up to 140, 150, sell off down here to like 90 or 100 bucks. This is monthly demand, and then a massive melt up to 260. So that's coin. Mara, same thing as coin, basically. I'm looking for a bounce through early February, maybe into mid-February with the market. And I think that just like coin, this is probably a 5-wave move. We broke the parallel line, so you're looking at something like this. And so it's going to go back down here to like 8 to 12 bucks. But I would expect it to probably come up here to like 22, 23, 24 bucks over the next couple of weeks. So you're looking at a maybe like a 30-40% gain, I think. Get out of weekly demand and then come down here. What else we got here? If you haven't bought, I'll give you a suggestion. If you haven't bought iRobot, if I get this out on time, this is a bargain. I bought this at, I actually nailed the bottom. I bought it, I got lucky. I follow a guy who's like really, really skilled in black or in dark pools and just knowing a lot about stocks. He was just going crazy about this sell-off right here. He's like, they said that the deal between them and Amazon is not going to get done, and he said it was fake. And I was like, all right, I'm going to put some money into it. So I put money into it down here. I sold at 17 up here on this wick, just randomly lucky. And then I put a bunch of buy orders back down here, and I actually hit 15, right here actually, 1587 right here. I sold right here and hit 1587 almost exactly. And now I'm just holding. There's a gap here at 23, gap at 46. If Amazon buys them or buys them out, it's probably going to come up here to 46 bucks. So that's a suggestion for a stock to buy. PayPal is going wild. We'll see how high that goes. Apple filled the gap. So Apple hit the 1.61 fib. Maybe this makes like an X wave and goes higher. I don't know on Apple. I thought this was going to end up being, I'm guessing that this is going to end up being I don't know if it's not going to participate in the rally. It has to participate though. The only other possibility is this is a wave one, which I didn't think was very likely. And if that's the case, that wouldn't make sense though either, because this would have to be a B wave. So I don't know. Is Apple going to make an ABC move like this with the market? And then just make another move down here to 157? I still think it's going to sell off. But I don't know what this move's doing. It already hit the 1.61 fib. That was my target originally. So I'm looking for a little bit of a pullback maybe on Monday, Tuesday, and then probably going to run higher into earnings. If it breaks above 199.58, then we're looking at invalidation for a 5-wave move down. Then you're probably just looking at an ABC move down, which doesn't make very much sense because this was a 5-wave move and this is ABC, what I think. So I want to see it hold 199.71 so it can still be a 5-wave move down to 157. Like that. So we'll see on Apple. NVIDIA, I mean, technical analysis on this one is just kind of stupid at this point. You have, it's already broken the 1.61 fib, I think. Let me double check. No, it hit it exactly. Wow. So I would expect a pullback on NVIDIA. Didn't break the parallel line, so I still think it potentially is ABC. It's sitting at the highs right now, though. I want to see what this does on Monday, Tuesday to get a better idea of what's going on, because this is just straight up. It could have already started a 5th wave, and it's already broken out. It's at the 1.61 fib as well for this. So maybe it sells off a little bit and then retraces, and maybe Tesla carries the load when it goes to 433. There's a slight possibility this is still ABC too, but I think it's probably going to end up being 5 waves. So I think for right now, that's pretty much it. So Bitcoin was selling off. I'm trying to get Solana, but it keeps on coming down here. It hasn't hit the weekly demand yet. I'm still waiting for it to hit 80 bucks. I'm looking for 60 to 80 bucks on Solana, and then I'm ready for that to go to 250. So I'll leave it at that for now. I'm gonna get back to my portfolio for the last 30 minutes, but look for a pullback on QQQ over the next couple of days. It's just hanging up there at the very top right now because people are probably trying to short. But I think on Monday and Tuesday we should get a pullback. That's it for now. Have a good one. Look into iRobot. It looks like a pretty good deal.